Hello, hello. Welcome back to another set of battles in Go Battle League. Last time we didn't do all that great, admittedly, but um, we did manage to get a win before we ended the um, was it the usual the usual five battles in a set. So fortunately, we didn't have to go into the game's equivalent of overtime. So that's showing some improvement. It's not great, but we're getting better. But in any event, I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the battles. We are still in the midst of Go Battle Day, so we definitely still have a lot of battles available. Unfortunately, Marrow is no longer the main option, or fortunately, depending, because that does mean it gives us the option of getting the legendary Pokemon Landorus out of it, or a Scraggy as well. Could always use the candies for that. But in any event, I'm going to go ahead and enter into the basic rewards. Just for now, I don't really want to go through our premium battle passes as of right now, considering the track record so far. In any event, go ahead and jump in, get into Master League, and this time around, I'm going to bring with me a Gardevoir, a Rhyperior, and a Dialga. Gardevoir I find to be kind of a risky choice in this particular instance because there's a good amount of steel types for one that resist fairy. Gardevoir herself is kind of more on the glass cannon kind of side of things. And there's still the Giratinas roaming around, so their ghost type attacks are definitely going to tear apart my Gardevoir if they do show up. But nonetheless, I'm going to try and see how it goes. Maybe I might get some good neutral damage out of it. Maybe I might get rid of a Dragonite or a Dialga or two before that happens. So that being said, let's get into it. First round is against Nathan Fisher 007. Let's see what you got first. It is Melmetal. Because of course it's Melmetal. It's always Melmetal. Alright, so I'm definitely not in the greatest of matchups right now. I'm probably going to want to switch out of this, to be honest with you. I don't really have a proper answer to Melmetal, but I did teach my Rhyperior a brand new move, so. And plus I do resist, I believe I generally resist Melmetal's moves, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to keep using Rock Slide. I'll be fine. And he brings in the Machamp. I'm in trouble now. Actually, I'm in a lot of trouble. My Rhyperior is probably going to bite the bullet before I even get off this second attack, to be honest with you. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But I can come back strong with my Gardevoir. I'll use my second shield because I'm pretty sure he's going to be using a Rock Slide or Dynamic Punch. I guess I didn't really need to worry that much, but should be able to take good work of the Machamp. Unfortunately, I am out of shields though, so I'm definitely in a bad place. But I think the next upcoming move is Rock Slide, so I should be okay with this one. Yeah, there we go. Hurts a little bit, but not that much. And the unfortunate thing is none of my Pokemon really have any good moves to go against Melmetal. But fortunately for me right now, Melmetal doesn't look like he has any good moves against myself either, so I can at least rest assured that I should be okay on that end. And final round is Metagross, because of course it's Metagross. Alright. Best I can do is probably try and just whittle it away as much as I can. Unfortunately, I'm out of shields, and I'm pretty sure Meteor Mash is going to absolutely decimate my Gardevoir. But it was Psychic. Interesting. But right now, I think it's using Bullet Punch, which is doing a good chunk of damage against me. Dazzling Gleam. does a very good amount of damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get this victory. Oh yeah, he was able to get one last hit in, but dang, did we come close. Like, it's crazy how close that was. We were each like one fast move away from pretty much instant death there, so GG's on that one. Does mean we do start off with a loss, but I mean, it's kind of been the trend for this past couple sets, so it doesn't really bother me that much. Plus, it was a close match, so again, all in all, I can't complain. Next matchup is against Zhang Pei D, rocking the Eevee hat. Much respect. All right, and first matchup is in Aggron, which fortunately it is using Dragon Tail as its fast move, so plus side there, I'm not doing much damage to them, but they're also not doing much damage to me. But I am going to want to block this because I think all of Aggron's charge moves will do some pretty harsh damage to me. So, you know, there's that. I'm going to go ahead and want to block one more time because, again, probably don't want to deal with it. Alright, and we're doing good so far. I'll go ahead and check my own charge move at you with Dazzling Gleam. See if you use the shield or if you just take it. And that pretty much marks the end of that. And now we're up against Gyarados. Definitely doing a lot of very powerful neutral damage to me with Waterfall. But now I'm going to go ahead and respond in kind with my Dialga. Now the only thing is, I'm pretty sure a good amount of Gyarados' charge moves are going to do some fairly good damage to me. But it looks like I was able to tank it out, so I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, next up we have Tyranitar. Then I'll go ahead and get rid of that shield. I don't think I have enough in me to get rid of a second one. I do not, unfortunately. But I should be able to bait away one more shield. But I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough in me to do that. Go ahead and get rid of their shield real quick. Or do some general damage to them. Whatever they choose to do. Okay. And I think no matter what they throw at me, it's pretty much going to kill my Rhyperior. So another close match. So I'll take what I can get. GG's nonetheless. GG's. It's a very well-earned victory for them. Alright, next match is Lepap69. Alright, and we start off with Gardevoir versus Dragonite. So admittedly, I'm starting out with actually a pretty positive matchup, and they switch out to Snorlax. I think I don't want to back out of this one. Change out to my Dialga, and I'll go ahead and take the hit. It's superpower. That was a mistake. But good news, his attack and defense have fallen, so I should be able to take some good chunks out of this Snorlax before the end of today. Let's go use another superpower, which would have definitely hurt and most likely would have killed me, but we're doing okay. We're doing good here. Everything's fine. Everything's fine so far. And we did manage to get rid of the shield, so that's kind of nice. Alright. And he is going to manage to pull off one last attack with his Snorlax. It's going to be superpower. It does hurt a lot. But I'm going to go ahead and respond in kind with one last attack with my Rhyperior. Alright, next up we have Glaceon, who is doing some pretty harsh neutral damage to me right now, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and protect myself with a shield. It's gonna be Avalanche, that would have hurt. I'm gonna respond in kind with my rocks. I got rid of their shield. And now the only thing left to deal with is their Dragonite. Should be able to get some pretty decent damage off from there. There we go. And now I just gotta hope and pray that my Gardevoir can survive this charge attack. Looks like it's Dragon Claw, so I should be okay. And with that, we are able to come out with a victory. It's a close it was a fairly close victory. Victory nonetheless. GG's all around. Next match goes against Stacy 5515. So let's see how this one goes. Alright, first matchup is with a Machamp, so I'm feeling pretty confident about my start here. And apparently they decide to not back down. Oh no, there we go. And their matchup is Tyranitar, so I'm backing out of that and busting out my Dialga. We seem to be at doing a fair amount of neutral damage trading in this one. Gotta use Crunch. That would have definitely given me a good amount of neutral damage to be concerned about. Respond in kind with an Iron Head. They decide to take it because I'm pretty sure their next one bringing up is Machamp, who is going to be doing a fair amount of super effective damage to me, including that cross chop right there. But I'll go ahead and respond in kind and bring back my Gardevoir to finish off their Machamp. I'm going to go ahead and block anyway, just in case they're chucking a Rock Slide. They use Cross Chop, so I didn't need to block there, but better safe than sorry. I guess, in certain cases. In a good amount of cases, I guess. Now we're fighting against Metagross, and the unfortunate thing is they have both of their shields on their side, and Meteor Mash is going to take good chunks of my health out, so I'm pretty positive that this is the end for me. Pretty much was a one-shot against me, but GG's all around. Alright, and now I believe we're in our final match. And this match is against Haley 12-26-14. Alright, and first matchup is Rayquaza. So pretty positive I have the good matchup here, but it seems as though they're decided not to back down, which, I mean, major props to them. And they were about to chuck Ancient Power at me, which would have ended very horribly for me. But it seems they've decided to respond in kind with and trade out with Tyranitar. Alright. Fortunately, I seem to be having a little bit more of an upper hand against their Tyranitar. Go ahead and chuck an Iron Head, take out their shield. I'm going to go ahead and protect Dialga for a little bit longer. Stone Edge, while not effective, would have definitely, I believe, do enough damage to ultimately end me. And fortunately, my Dialga was able to end it with like what little health it had left. So now I'll go ahead and bust back the Gardevoir, get rid of the Rayquaza. And now we're found to the final match against their Dialga. So good news, at least on one part, I was able to get rid of their shield, so that's kind of nice. And now, this should mark the end of my Gardevoir, their Diagonal's Thunder, which I find very interesting, but hey. It's an interesting choice, I'll give him that, I'll give him that much. But I should be able to end this off with my superpower. And that marks the end of that. GG's, GG's all around. And on the plus side, it does seem that I'm improving also slightly throughout these matches. I was able to get 2 wins out of 5 this time around. And I'll go ahead and collect my rewards with a 550 Stardust and a Charge TM, which is always nice. And with that, I'll go ahead and claim my rank rewards. Watch as I slowly but surely go up in my ranking and end with 2340 Stardust. So all in all, we're still kind of in the negative in terms of win-loss ratio, but we did manage to not only end with at least a victory before the overtime, but we managed to get 2 victories out of this one. So all in all, still not quite where I want to be, but we are making improvements. So, you know, once again, always willing to take what I can get. But in any event, I believe this pretty much ends it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you can go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe even consider subscribing as well. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next video.